It's my hope you are fine wherever you are this Friday evening, ladies and gentlemen. Ndindi Nyoro has stepped in to fill the gap that was left by Rigathi Gachagua. It looks like there is an agreement between Ndindi Nyoro and Rigathi Gachagua that for the 2 months that Ndindi Nyoro will be here and Gachagua will be in the United States of America, Ndindi Nyoro is going to lead the troop, especially in Mount Kenya. Yesterday, Ndindi Nyoro came out guns blazing, attacking William Samoei Ruto, attacking the government for actually sponsoring the goons, for allowing a state of lawlessness, for letting the businesses of Kenyans to be destroyed. And he did not mince words. Here is Ndindi Nyoro, a clip attacking the government and showing the gaps. I want you to watch very carefully and listen to what Ndindi Nyoro is saying. So watch his body language and then what he's saying. And you agree with me that this man is stepping in to fill the gap that was left by Rigathi Gachagua.
The government is squarely responsible for either omission or commission. Na muache kupea Wakenya tu story mingi kila wakati. Siku ya Monday ni serikali peke yake ilikuwa inalinda mabarabara zetu zote. Kama ni serikali ililinda mabarabara, wale walipita kuchoma mali ya watu, walipita wapi? If the government cannot protect the lives and the property of the people of Kenya, while we give them 200 billion Kenya shillings to do that work, then kazi yenu ni gani?
There has been various opinions about Ndindi Nyoro. There's a school of thought that strongly believe that Ndindi Nyoro is a Trojan horse, that Ndindi Nyoro is being used by William Samoei Ruto to divide the opposition. But I beg to differ. Ndindi Nyoro is one person who always aligns himself with the ground. Ndindi Nyoro's Kiharu member of parliament and a man who was actually in charge of the budget and appropriation committee for almost 2 years, is now listening to the ground. If you go to Kiharu constituency, you agree with me that William Samoei Ruto is very, very unpopular. You agree with me that the government of William Samoei Ruto is very, very unpopular. And Ndindi Nyoro must have been motivated by this. Again, when you look at Ndindi Nyoro is among the few Kenyans who cannot betray their people. Anytime Ndindi Nyoro realizes that the people are not with him or the people are not supporting the cause, he abandons that cause. In fact, Ndindi Nyoro did not even campaign last time. He did not even have any one poster. There were no posters in Kiharu for Ndindi Nyoro, yet he won with a landslide. So this is a person who is loved by the people of Kiharu. Here is a person who actually is seen by women as their sons. In fact, Ndindi Nyoro refers to majority of women who are the age of his mother as our mothers. And that is very, very good. In fact, even the women are very fond of Ndindi Nyoro. In fact, when you look at Kiharu constituency, more than 90% of women vote for Ndindi Nyoro. That is the truth of the matter. I'm not saying that men do not vote for him. They do, but now the huge chunk comes from women folk. The other school of thought believe that Ndindi Nyoro is going to team up with Babu Owino and maybe form a political party. And many people support this school of thought. If you ask me, I also believe that there is a game plan between Ndindi Nyoro and Babu Owino. There is something that these guys, because normally you find them together and they have a very good rapport and the chemistry is also very, very good. Then there is another school of thought that believe that Ndindi Nyoro need to join Rigathi Gachagua. And if you ask me, Ndindi Nyoro has already abandoned William Samoei Ruto. Ndindi Nyoro is already criticizing the government. Ndindi Nyoro is where the people of Murang'a are. When you look at Ndindi Nyoro, this is one person who Kenyans believe that one time he's going to vie for the presidency. There are those who also believe that Ndindi Nyoro is likely to be in the next government. Most likely is a cabinet secretary. A number of Kenyans give him the position of either interior or treasury, CS. And I think the guy is competent enough. I think Ndindi Nyoro is one person who is very, very enterprising. There's one thing I like about Ndindi Nyoro. He is very, very enterprising. Now, back to our main analysis. That Ndindi Nyoro stepped to fill the gap of Rigathi Gachagua. The big question is he equal to the task? Or what does he hope to achieve? Because I believe Ndindi Nyoro and Rigathi Gachagua are working very, very closely. Number one is that he's likely to be very, very influential when it comes to Mount Kenya politics. Remember, Ndindi Nyoro has not even identified the party that is going to defend his seat. When you look at Ndindi Nyoro are those kind of leaders who can vie as independent candidates and win an election. I don't know whether there are other leaders, because I also believe Irungu Kang'ata also belong to that school of thought, or that group. And Irungu Kang'ata, again, has not been politicking, maybe because his position requires a different ball game altogether. But he's also very, very popular when it comes to Murang'a politics and Kenyan politics in general. Now, if you look at Ndindi Nyoro, like just like Gachagua, is a wordsmith. Ndindi Nyoro has a gift of the gab. Ndindi Nyoro is a very good orator. Ndindi Nyoro is a debater. Ndindi Nyoro is very, very intelligent. And William Samoei Ruto must be very, very worried. I'm foreseeing a situation where Ndindi Nyoro unites with Rigathi Gachagua. And then, I don't want to remain for Ruto in Mount Kenya. William Samoei Ruto be very, very lucky in Mount Kenya if we get 5% of the votes. I'm telling you, even Kidiki will not give him 20% of Tharaka-Nidi's votes. He will not make it. So when these two guys unite, then expect a tsunami, because the energy that comes with this group is on another level. When you look at the criticism, no, these are guys who have worked with William Samoei Ruto. Remember, Ndindi Nyoro has not started exposing William Samoei Ruto. His is just very objective criticism about the government failures, the government lack of not doing things in the right way, and so on and so forth. But a time is coming, because this person was very, very close to William Samoei Ruto. And when the time comes, I can tell you, you have not heard of Gachagua. You have not heard enough from Gachagua. Because Ndindi Nyoro is going to expose all the black spots, all the dirty games that the government has been playing or played. And I'm foreseeing a situation when these guys will tell Kenyans that William Samoei Ruto did not win the election. When you look at Mount Kenya, if we agree with Moses Kuria, because although Moses Kuria, many people do not believe that he resigned from the government to criticize William Samoei Ruto or to follow a different trajectory. What there is that, unlike Ndindi Nyoro, Moses Kuria resigned to work for William Samoei Ruto. He came to divide the opposition. I don't know what to think, but from where I sit, Ndindi Nyoro is playing a good game. That is my take. Have a blessed, furahi day. Bye.